Welcome back, everyone. My name is Eltimar. We're going to be continuing our Let's Play of Wrath of the Righteous. Where we left off last time, we were in the ineluctable prison. Just doing prison things. We had to dodge a rock. Well, mostly we're just going to follow this rock all the way down to the very end. And duck into the bathhouse we were just at. It's a nice little room. Seems like it'd be kind of an annoying place to sleep, though. It just sounds of boulders all the time going past you. There's definitely an adamantine golem of some sort.
I finished here. Is there
This
more?
says, the drooling Demedan stares at you dully. He does look a little out of it, to be honest. The bed is covered with old, moldy sheets that haven't been changed in a long time. The bookshelf is full of rare arcane tomes, so ancient that even the dust that rests on them is priceless. An unfinished golem with small gems installed in its eyes. Just grabbing on all the stuff here. There is a consecrated area here that we can grab anti-corruption for. This undead was dissected with great skill and care. Elder Pash is here. I don't know what an Elder Pash is, but let's go find out. The room you're in looks more like a palace than a prison. Every part of it is impeccably clean, despite the fact that the cell's inhabitant has been dead for millennia. The words coming out of the dead man's mouth catch you off guard. Why, hello there, my dear. I've been waiting and waiting, wondering what my guest was up to and why she hadn't shown up yet. Don't be shy. Have a seat. Eat to your heart's content. When you're someone important, you don't talk business standing up now, do you? And we do indeed have business to discuss. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Alderpash, Rune Lord of Wrath, a destroyer and a conqueror. The great tyrant of Bakrikon. It doesn't ring any bells, I understand. Many millennia have passed, and all of my time I've spent in this prison as Baphomet's captive. It's been a while since I've strolled around Golarion. My heart was still beating back then. It wasn't until later that I became a lich. Wasn't fond of the idea of dying a prisoner here, you see. Well, that's all beside the point. The guards tipped me off that you had barged into this prison, and I thought fate might bring you to my doorstep. I've been expecting you since. A marvelous find! I've long been looking for a sufficiently old but sentient undead specimen to test my theory about the onset of post-mortem senility. You who, Mr. Mummy? We're gonna run a few cognitive tests. I will say a word. The rest of Nenio's monologue is drowned out by Alderpash's creaking laughter. Trust me, young lady. I'm in no danger of going senile. But I like you. You remind me of an acquaintance of mine. It's been such a long time. She was good, both at work and... But this is not the time to reminisce, and even less so for experiments. Rumors about you have been going around the abyss for a while now. Rumors fly free, you see. Can't snare them, can't cage them, even down here in the deepest dungeons. A tale flies by every now and again. About the time you took Dresden from the demons, or about the time a goddess and a demon came to coax you to their side. I've long since wanted to see you for myself and take your measure. You can feel the dead eyes fix their gaze on you. Let's see, you can't fool me, you're no human, you're a shapeshifter, and an odd one at that. Not a fae, not some transmuter, but a fox in human form. What a fascinating creature. I've never even heard tell of anyone like you. Try the food on the table. The dishes offered to you are all exquisite, an unexpected sensation for a place such as Baphomet's prison. They're certainly better than travel rations. I want to know more about you. By all means, I see no reason not to tell you. I've got some impressive stories to share. I was a great tyrant in life. The good folk were scared witless of me. And in death, as you can see, my power is nothing to sniffle at. I continue my explorations in magic, the kind that your generation knows nothing about. Go ahead, my dear, ask away. He gives you a benevolent smile. So we have a common enemy in Baphomet. Indeed, alas, I had the pleasure of wounding him with by my own hand, although I dearly love to spill his guts. Yes, I've heard about your feat, ever since he rushed back to his abyssal realm and locked himself up in his citadel. Everyone's been going on and on about you, my dear. What kind of mortal is this that managed to injure our mighty lord? Alderpash lowers his voice in a confiding manner. He won't soon forget you. He may be ancient, but he's a child at heart. He's been the same ever since he was created. All he cares about are his grudges. Asmodeus wounded him, Lamashtu left him, Tiscari doesn't seem as his equal, Nocticula refused to bed him. He's a walking collection of scars. His wounds are his essence, so you take heed now. Poor thing, he must be so sad and lonely. People think that demons are made of hatred and malice, but really they're made of pain and sorrow. If only we could help them. But we can't. Urushile's voice is filled with grief. You're right, a demon's life is never-ending torment, and each one takes revenge for their suffering on everyone around them. And they'll just keep doing all that, because those like me are few and far between. Most of them will never change their ways. If only I could talk to each of the demons. If only I could free them from the abyss. Where do you keep your phylactery? Alderpash smirks slyly. What a curious question, and what, pray tell, do you need this knowledge for, my dear? Methinks you shouldn't be troubling that clever young head of yours with secrets like that. Let's say you find out where it is, then what? Let's say you would destroy it, but why would you? We're not enemies, we're allies. Besides, you couldn't find it if you tried. I'm no buffoon. My phylactery is hidden safe in a safe place far, far from here. His soft, harmless chuckle could have fooled many, but you noticed his hand twitching as soon as he mentioned the phylactery. I want to learn more about your magical research. Oh, my dear, I've been keeping busy with all sorts of things over the centuries. I bet you youngsters haven't even heard a whisper about our magic of sin. When Baphomet locked me in here, he wrapped me up in his spells good and tight. The enchantment was so powerful it bound my soul to this very cell. The things I've attempted to circumvent his handiwork, conjuring golems to spread my power beyond the walls of this prison, moving my consciousness into other bodies, so many minds obliterated in that particular effort, and all for naught. When I grew desperate, I whipped up some fanciful undead just to vex Baphomet and lay waste to his jail. Must have slaughtered half the labyrinth, and then stopped. It was too much of a hassle. I'm just bragging at this point, but for you to understand my discoveries, you'd have to study as my apprentice for an age or two. You know what kind of education mages used to get? Far beyond anything they teach these days. Needless to say, I've hidden my most valuable creations and treasures far from this place, so that Baphomet cannot get his hands on any of them. The guards assigned to me were so kind as to accept a modest bribe and carry them out of the prison to stow somewhere safe. His phylactery, however, was not one of them. Your knowledge tells you that Alderpash could not have removed his greatest treasure from the prison, as it contains his very soul. Baphomet's magic would make no distinction between the phylactery and the Lich's physical body. Everything's clear. What sort of business do you have for me? Here's the thing. I've grown weary of sitting here and I can't escape. I've tried so many things, every trick in the book, nothing. Baphomet placed enchantments on me that hold me in this cell and utterly refuse to let me walk out the door. And anti-magic spells have never been my forte. I've always believed incineration to be the best defense against enemy sorcery. And here I am, languishing in here. Would you, my dear, kindly help me escape? I'd make it worth your while. What do you say? What will you do if you get out of here? Alderpash says in a nonchalant tone, well, first look at my kingdom back. I'll enslave the populace, conquer my neighbors, maybe commit genocide against some particularly unruly nation, build myself an army by taking their children from their mothers and putting the latter to the sword. Orphans make for loyal troops, you know. I'll clap everyone else in irons and make them work without a moment's rest until my coffers are overflowing. Those who are useless in both war and work will be cut down in mass sacrifices. Basically, I'll make myself comfortable and then lead a quiet existence without bothering anyone. What kind of payment will I get for helping you? I have something that could prove useful to you. Back when I still lived, I was interested in a certain plane called Jandalay, a remarkable place, a chimera of sorts, the graveyard for dead planets. Getting there is tricky, but I managed to capture one of the guardians of that plane. I wore them down in a torture chamber, bringing some of their knowledge from them before they perished. He traces an unfinished rune on the table with his finger. This is part of the rune of Jandalay that offers protection from chaos. A substantial asset in the war with demons, don't you think? Help me regain my freedom, and I'll teach you or your servants how to inscribe this rune. Nope. Licking his tongue, Alderpash shakes his head disapprovingly. Young people are so quick to judge, and I was so close to swearing that the misdeeds I'll commit when I'm free won't affect you. Think about this some more, my dear. No rash decisions now. Gotta go. He is 100% evil. We're gonna kill him. Or try to kill him, at least. It's time to release you from your torment. In an instant, Alderpash's pleasant facade evaporates. His eyebrows furrow menacingly, his gnarled fists clench, and his voice seethes with black pent-up fury. You would raise your hand against me? Alderpash, Rune Lord of Wrath? I'll teach you some manners, ruffian. The pendant on his clothing flares up, and blazing runes come slithering out of the flame. They envelop him as he cackles mockingly. Let me just prepare for a fight while you're having fun with my lackeys. Surely you weren't expecting me to... Surely you weren't expecting to catch me off guard, my dear. Let's see how you handle my surprises. He's got mirror images and invisibility of some sort. Undead things. Bone powder ghoul. Interesting. Did some damage, but it wasn't as good as I'd hoped. Alright.
Don't hold back. I am your end.
We're gonna... Oh, did I even take that ability? Yes, I do have it. Cool. Key power, abundant step. We can just jump over to him next turn. Go save Ember. Or miss entirely all of your attacks. Cool. I was going to do haste, but I think I'm going to do Sirocco instead. Don't think I can reach him. Possibly I hit him? It's hard to tell. Can't shoot him.
I will resist.
There's a lot of them coming up here.
Into the fray.
We'll get a haste up next turn. Protective on her. Cackle. Let's cast Angelic Aspect. Haste.
Prepare yourself. Disappear. The inheritor, guide my blade.
Still one guy left. He's over there. Two guys left. Hold off on stuff.
You should have run.
He has teleported somewhere. There he is. We knocked him down.
Desna, guide my hand.
He fell down.
The light, take you.
Taking out his mirror images. Don't think I did any damage to him. Oops, I did not meant to hit the spacebar there. Oh. He's on the ground, just getting hit. He is immune to fatigue, which is unsurprising. Just stay there for now.
This will hurt.
I will bring down the divine wrath.
Still more mirror images to get rid of. Cone of Gold hurt a little, but not that badly. Hit him for 58.
I will resist.
It's got pretty decent armor class.
Glory without risk.
And we missed all of our attacks.
Don't hold back.
We hit him a good couple times there.
Eternal Rose, I call upon you.
Awful. Last stand. So good for casters,
Prepare your...
because then otherwise they would just die. We're mass ice prisoned. Let's gather up. We can make ourselves immune to ice damage. And
The world
we'll do
has
that right
suffered
away here.
enough.
Because we're gonna mass heal.
You called?
Resist cold. Wait, don't do it yet. Now do it.
I can push through this?
Soziel, are you
My will
frozen?
is resolute.
Yep.
I'm always
Alrighty.
ready. I will prove my worth. Huh?
Well, no matter what, we're gonna be
Guess what?
perfectly okay.
I shall
Because we're
never
also gonna
swing from my
do
path.
protection from cold.
Trust in
She can heal herself. She may also be frozen. She'll never make a saving throw against it, especially since she's exhausted, technically. Oh, she's exhausted, she can't move. And she's also frozen. Okay. What we may do is have our first rest here.
I can push through this.
Technically, we can rest. Alright, fingers crossed that we pass our saving throw. Everyone should be fine. Alright, what did we get from that fight, by the way? Date newest to oldest. We have his skull. We have the dried hand of martyr. Huh. Subject gains a +4 morale bonus on saving throws against all death spells, magical death effects, and immunity to energy drain and negative energy effects, including channel negative energy. It's a spell, though. Wrath of the Undead. Cloak resistance +5. All affected enemies have to pass a will save or become frightened for 1 minute. If the saving throw is a success, it's shaken for 5 rounds. All undead allies get a +4 circumstance bonus on attack rolls and against enemies under fear effects and deal an additional 2d6 precision damage against such targets. Cool. I'm gonna grab this while I'm here because we might as well.
My way.
Ooh, our abyss corruption is still pretty high. We have to wait for the boulder. Everyone back. The boulder's coming. There we go. Oh no. Our people were not fast enough for that particular boulder. Wait for the next boulder. Oh. Apparently our people are slightly in the way. But that's okay. We killed the guy we wanted to kill. Lich is dead.
We'll make things right.
Alright. Well, let's get Ninio to cast that spell again. I'm also gonna heal up our group a little. Alright, let's go. See what's in the next little area for us to fight. There's an insane dredge here.
Strike.
There are more insane dredges here.
Desna, guide my hand.
Apparently we have a surprise round.
You should have run.
Didn't kill it. Huh.
The inheritor, guide my blade.
Make your peace.
They may blow up. They definitely blew up. We really need to move Sela out of there. Well, we technically won, I guess.
This war must end.
Alright. Next door. Oh, that was just a wall, right? Okay. I really feel like I missed something here. But maybe not. Okay. Maybe we just go around the other side.
I'm off.
Opening the door. More enemies.
I will resist.
It's kind of when we hit that
This
seer,
will
but I guess not. Oh, there's dividends. Okay, that's fine. How many are there, though?
Take you!
This is the question. There was definitely one or two in there. We didn't overpower most of their saving throws. That'll be that right there. Okay.
Be gone, fiend!
There's also another one there.
Prepare yourself.
Bombardier, or the Bombardier. Bombardier, there we go. Has a lot of armor.
Don't hold back.
Like way too much armor. Maybe we'll get a circle going on that side as well. Arclight might die.
No glory without risk!
Oh, we hit him pretty good there. Hopefully we get some stuns off. Missed all of our attacks. Super. Did not knock down that Bombardier. Alright, shoot the brawlers, I guess.
Guide my hand. Strike.
Did some damage. That one's down, which is nice.
Into the fray!
That one's dead. Didn't do any damage, which is weird. That one's down.
I will bring down the divine wrath!
Soziel, don't die.
Make your peace.
Kill that brawler, I guess. Go over there so you can be healed later.
You should have run.
The light take you!
Soziel's gonna die. But do we have a raised dead scroll? Really is all it comes down to. Or a Breath of Life scroll, I take that too. Actually, I don't think a Breath of Life would work. Shield QR. Rage. We have raised dead scrolls. Okay, we have 14 of them. He'll be fine.
I will resist.
even know that guy was still alive.
This will hurt.
Alright. Everyone's kind of faintly burning, but it'll all go away shortly. Let's get Soziel back up for now. At least we have some raised dead scrolls. Where did they go?
There's beauty.
No reason to pause.
Once he gets back up, we'll get him some restoration.
Something here.
Your sight. Search for the beauty with your heart, not your eyes.
We successfully won. More or less. Getting close to a level. Tempted to just do greater restoration, but oh well. How much damage do we even have left, I wonder?
My will is resolute.
Lots, we have 540. There's a door. ×2. We're gonna take this door first.
I'll remove this obstacle to my dream.
Kill the Labyrinth Minotaur.
Prepare yourself.
The inheritor. Guide my blade.
Which I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really expecting to be standing there.
I will lend you my aid.
I do what I must.
Moving on. Knowledge Arcana check, and nothing.
I sense something.
There's a trap that leads somewhere.
It's worthy of praise.
It leads down the stairs, okay. There's an obelisk to destroy, but there's a trap in the way of it. Which we're gonna go deal with after we apparently do whatever is in this room. The Minotaur in your path suddenly sneers and opens its blood-red maw, and the low, mocking, cheerful voice of Baphomet comes out. I wonder when you'll finally accept your doom. You mortals are so amusing in your attempts to oppose us, the lords of the abyss. You fight, risk your necks, make sacrifices, yet we still push you back without the slightest inconvenience. Sorry, there's something stuck in my throat there. Do you think anyone will remember your self-sacrifice a scant decade from now? All will forget your name and the names of those who came before you. Your Golarion will be ruled by my mighty brood, with the blood of the Lord of Beasts himself coursing through your veins. My offspring will inhabit your lands, and soon the lineage of every living soul on Golarion will be traced back to me, and every breathing body will bear my burning seal. Arilu of Orlesh will lead my armies, and Golarion will drown in blood. Stop cowering behind your minions. Are they? My seed and my spawn, my faithful worshippers not part of me? Do they even consider themselves separate from their master? You cling to the notion of individuality without realizing that your own self does not exist. You are but an instrument that has been grasped by several hands at once, and your destiny, your actions, and even your thoughts are theirs to control. You don't understand? No matter, you will. As you wander the darkness of my labyrinth for eternity, you'll give up the illusion of selfhood. How will you know who you are then? I recall the unholy texts of demon worshippers. Like you, I'll stop being a prisoner, become a monster. Baphomet lapses into silence and studies you. You don't realize how like we are mortal. Know that, just as I once was, you have been betrayed by your own patroness. It's time for you to die. The Minotaur's body begins to swell and alter. Baphomet is pouring a generous dose of his power into it. You seek to battle me? I will sacrifice the body of one of my faithful to show you a fraction of my true might.
They will break against our resolve.
Alright, let's go
Don't hold
kick him in the face. Baphomet's chosen. No, that didn't work as well as I'd hoped. Oh well. Let's, did a fair amount of damage to him. Here comes his round of attacks, though. One of them hit. And Sela got punched, almost punched in the face. So Zeal can just stay back for now. It's almost dead anyways.
Make your peace.
Phoenix Blast. One had died.
Do not fear. Do not waver.
The hell just happened? What is Phoenix Blast? We can't attack it anyways, so let's wait till next round.
No glory without risk.
Just a second death on the way.
You should have run.
Now is it dead? Okay. Let's undo this trap.
I'm glad I was useful to you.
Head back up here.
Shelly, shield me from their sight.
Destroy the obelisk. And I think we're going to end the video off here. I think this is as good a place as any. We're exploring the labyrinth little by little. There's a lot more to do in the labyrinth when you're at the angel group as opposed to the swarm group. But there's our character at the moment. We're doing great. We're almost level 20. At level 20, we're going to grab Key Power, another one. And then we also grab Perfect Self, which gives us damage reduction against Chaos. And is that it? Is all we get for Perfect Self? Yep. We also become a magical creature, apparently. And then we also are going to grab something along the lines of, like, wholeness of body? No. Sudden no. None of them. They're not really all that good. I mean, they're good, but they're not super important for us. And our other characters, of course, will gain their last few little levels of stuff. And that'll be it. We'll be done leveling for the game. For now, though, I'll leave you here. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. I'll see you next time. Take care.